Hello, good evening. Welcome today to Sports Central on SS Sport TV. We are today to take reactions from the ongoing matches in the Premiership. Of course, we've had some games earlier on today. We saw Leicester City taking on Watford, and that one ended in draw. But I'm not alone today. I have my colleague Emmanuel, and who will be joining me to, check the reactions and the analysis of the match so far. Emmanuel.
Thank you so much.
So we've seen a game that involved two Nigerians in a team, in Wilfred Ndidi and Kelechi Iheanacho, Leicester City. How do you see this game?
Well, I think Ndidi played quite well. Iheanacho came and had a cameo appearance, but it was okay, to be fair. At least he looked sharp, he looked direct, he looked as if he had a plan, and yes, we loved it.
You know, that match, we are focusing on these two players because they are from Nigeria, and we've seen Wilfred Ndidi being consistent in the squad of Leicester City. He's always a mainstay in the team, trying to prove to be one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premiership, of course, and in the world. And then we have Kelechi Iheanacho. He was doing very well for himself in Manchester City. Then he went to Leicester, had some difficulties, and seems to be coming back this season. So how do you think Nigerians are performing currently in the Premiership?
Well, if you ask me, I think they need to do more. They need to do more. Actually, they need to improve. But if you ask me, I think Ndidi has been the most outstanding of them all. He has shown how good he is. He has shown that he's sharp. He's one among the DMs you find, you sought after. As I hear the likes of PSG and others, they try to send beats every time to make sure that they get this guy. That's to tell you that he is a top guy, yes, in the team, in EPL, in the football as we have it now.
So you don't think Wilfred Ndidi is being overrated as a player? Do you think he deserves the callings and the wishes from the fans for him to join a bigger club?
My brother, that guy is good. That's all I can say. He's good. But he needs to improve. But in the aspect of the tackling, retrievals, interception, he's way up there. Honestly, he's way up there. He's good.
So what about Kelechi Iheanacho? It was somehow for him, at the start of the season, but he had some chances. Seems to grab them, and then he has, he came back to the squad, had some matches, and of course some goals for his name. What do you think is best for him? Do you think there's a chance for Kelechi Iheanacho in Leicester City?
Iheanacho to me is not really underperforming, but I think he needs to grab more of the chances he gets. That's just all I can say, because he's good, he's sharp, he can score, he can hold the ball more. But I think that he needs to up his game a bit. He needs to take the ball more, attack the players, and then then he tries to score more. But for me, he's had a slow growth in EPL, a bit slow. I was expecting more, because this guy, we know him now as at then he scores goals for fun. So I think that he needs to up that in his game. He needs to take every chance he has and make them up to something. Yes.
That's right. We have other Nigerians in EPL apart from these two. There is still Alex Iwobi in Everton. There are other players that might not have been capped by the Super Eagles, but they are still eligible to play for Nigeria. We've had players in the past, from Nigeria shine in the Premiership. We had the likes of Osei Okocha, of course. We have Juan Kwokano, who won the league with Arsenal. John Obi Mikel with Chelsea, and Victor Moses also was with Chelsea and all that. We've had great players in the league, Yakubu Ayabeni. How do you think we can, measure that now, currently, with the players we have in the league from Nigeria? Do you think they are really living up to expectation, or we need to do more?
Okay, if you ask me, I will tell you sincerely the likes of Mikel Obi, the likes of Kanu, the likes of JJ Okocha, those guys are irreplaceable. Mikel is, for me, is not just, I think he's the most decorated Nigerian, you know. He's won it all. He's won the Champions League, the Europa, the Premiership, the FA Cup, the League Cup. I mean, in England, he's won everything. So for us to have another player to attain that same height, I think it will be really a huge demand, you know. But I think that if we have this guy, if we have him going to another team, what's his name? The guy that played today.
Indeed.
Yes. If we have him go into a team like PSG, then I can say that yes, he might be able to attain such feats. But well, I don't think that there are others that can, you know, live up to those heights again. I don't.
What about Odion Ighalo in Manchester United?
Odion Ighalo in Manchester United, we all know that came as a result of luck. That is just pure.
Yeah, but he's there now. He's there. That's a super club, Manchester United. Odion Ighalo is there as a striker, and they are still in some competition. They are still fighting for the top four and also in the Europa League. So don't you think he has something to contribute, you know, with a club like Manchester United that has so many things to fight for?
If you ask me, sincerely speaking, from my own viewpoint, I think that he will need to wait to have such an opportunity. Okay. Now, you know, a player is not a team. A player is a player in a team. So if the players in the team can say, okay, we need to do this and win this, then fine. But if they don't have the mentality, I don't think they can. And Manchester United right now, as we speak, are not so spurred on. Even though, yes, they've acquired some huge players in Bruno Fernandes and then the rest of them. Yes, they can attain some height, but at this point in time, I don't think that they can even win Europa because the hunger, the consistency, the efficiency is not really there. They might, but if you ask me sincerely, I don't think. But if he comes, fine. Hey, he's a Nigerian. I'll be happy.
Last time we saw players, from Chelsea, those two players from Chelsea, Tammy Abraham, of course, and Tomori, and then we are hoping that they chose Nigeria to represent Super Eagles, but unfortunately we can say they decided to play for their England. And how do you feel as a fan? Would you have wanted them to really represent the green?
Now I want you to try to imagine this scenario, playing a 4-4-2 or playing a 3-4-2. Is it 3-4? Okay, playing a 4-4-2 or playing a 3-5-1. Now having Tammy Abraham, having Osimhen in the front line. Those two are deadly. But of course, with the arrays of the players we have now, you cannot play such a formation now because you have this guy from
Samuel Chukwueze from Villarreal.
Yes, that guy is good. But imagine the front attack line. Those guys would have been very, very good. I could remember that day. I was hoping that at least the two of them would at least see Nigeria as their home. But of course, if you ask me, my brother, I go like they're abroad, So as they switch allegiance, I was not too happy. But hey, it is their life, I just have to give it to them.
You mentioned Osimhen there, and of course the Villarreal star Samuel Chukwueze, and then they have been called for them to come to the Premiership. Of course, the Premiership seems to be, or is the best league, with the flares and everything, the TV rights and everything, and we always want to. We are good fans of the Premiership, and they have been called for these players to, come to the Premiership. What do you think, and they can bring to the Premiership? Do you think they have what it takes, and which team will you advise somebody like Victor Osimhen or Samuel Chukwueze to play with in the Premiership?
To be very honest, Osimhen is a raw talent that needs to grow. He's not really up there now to, to compete so well. I think he will go to a small challenging team that would help him grow as a player. I don't think he should come to a club like Chelsea, to come to a club like Man U. No, because the pressure will be too much. They are players that are young and they need to grow. They need to grow beyond this stage. They need to know how to face the challenge. And I think that going to a small club where they can get the chances to play would help them. Yes, I'm hearing rumors about a Napoli deal. I think that is perfect, if you ask me. If he goes there, fine. But if he's to come to EPL, the show, the attraction, the everything, the excitement, the glitz, and then the pressures is what I don't think that they might be able to. They might be set for it now. The only person I think might be ready for that is Samuel. I think he has the flair that we like to see. But for a striker like Osimhen to bang in the goals, I think he should go to clubs, not EPL clubs. Clubs like Napoli, clubs like maybe Leipzig in Germany, fine. But in EPL, I think he should just stay somewhere now, grow, develop into a good stand then before he comes to EPL.
I understand the point, and we've seen it in the past. We have players rush to some of these clubs, and it slows their improvement as a player. I understand that. So we are trying to take account of the players representing Nigeria in the Premiership, and it seems to be going down. We had Balogun with Brighton, but he was loaned out, I think, and then, so we are hoping to see more Nigerian players coming up, and trying to fill the gaps that have been left open by the players that have retired from the Premiership. But this season is coming to an end, and we have players also in other leagues, in the German Bundesliga, of course, in the Italian Serie A. We have players in the Spanish La Liga, and so generally, how you rate Nigerian players, and their performance so far? Who do you think have performed better in Europe?
Okay, in no particular order, I'd like to call out the players that I think have done fine. Number 1, Wilfred Ndidi. Number 2, Victor Osimhen. Number 3, Samuel Chukwueze. Number 4, this is a tough one. Number 4, Emmanuel Bonaventura. That guy is really, really good. I would like to see him in the attack line. Yeah, I'm hearing stories of Moses Simon. That guy is doing good. There's this other guy from Germany. I can't really remember his name now. He's doing fine. But if I should place them, well, as I said, in no particular order, but of course I will have to put Iwobi, along the line there, because I think he's had the slowest start. He just needs to keep scoring. He's good in the creative area of the midfield, but he's not assisting so much. He's not scoring so much. So he's been slow. He's been pegged back, if you ask me. But I think Nigeria are in for a big one, because for the first time in a very long while, we have the youngest and the brightest team in the whole of Africa. To be very, very fair, those who at per second are at least contributing something. Imagine an attack of Simon Chukwueze, yes. Then you have Osimhen, and then you have Simon, and then you have Iwobi, and then you have Ndidi, Etebo. Oh, yeah, Etebo, yes. You know, the guy too is there. You know, then you have Etebo, and then Joe Aribo too. He's doing fine. You know, if you put these guys in the mix, I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, if they can continue together, organize themselves, they grow together, you know, I think we are in for a big one. It might be a bit slow, but believe you me, in the next 5 years, we should win at least, if we are sincere, we should have won at least like 5, like AFCONs, and then the others. But I'm so sure of at least like 5 cups. Yes.
It's nice to get your reactions, Emmanuel. We are still following the matches that are going on. The first match today, Leicester against Watford, it ended in a draw. That was 1-1. Of course, we've seen Arsenal losing to Brighton 2-1.
Very, very disappointing. I said he's very, very disappointing. Mikel Arteta, I'm sorry for the Arsenal fans. He has played 7 games. He has lost 5. And then, you know, now the rest he drew them. It's really, really disappointing. They started quite well. You know, they did quite well today a bit. In the first 15 minutes of the game, they did fine, but they took the foot off the pedal, and then everything went olabalu. And then in the last goal came in 93rd minute, and that was just what killed the camel, if you ask me. For I think Arsenal at this point have not really improved.